There are a lot of mixed feelings / reviews about the MELD protocol. And in today's video, we're going to look at whether this project is a massive opportunity, or a nothing burger. Just something with a lot of hype. You know, we've seen our fair share of those hyped up protocols in the space, and is MELD just another one of them? Or could this project provide one of the greater opportunities this whole ecosystem has to offer? Okay, that's what we're going to be looking at today. And right here, there's no other greater place to go when you're searching a project, when you're researching a project, than to the very website itself. I'm actually staggered sometimes when I'm talking to people about certain projects, how they never even bother to go on the actual website and review the website, see if they have documents, they have a white paper, what are their tokenomics, what about the team. We're gonna look and check out and look at MELD through a little bit of a microscope here. See if we can come to a decision at the end of this video. Okay, so MELD protocol. It is currently, as this video is recording, in its testnet phase, its public testnet phase. If you are a developer, if you have some development skills, some coding skills, you can participate in the public testnet. It's a fantastic resource for any project building on the Cardano ecosystem that has this testnet to leverage its applications, its products before it goes to mainnet. Okay, so right now that's currently going on, and I think MELD is set to release a minimum viable product May 3rd, which I think might be a wallet type of integration, but the full rollout of MELD is still yet to come, and there are lots of mixed reviews about its decisions to roll out, and it's going cross-chain, and lots of stuff going on about MELD. Okay, so I like to try to, what do I try to do? I like to try to not get caught up in what everybody's saying, and look at things with a clear scope, and look at what I think a project can offer, not what other people are thinking, okay? Because a lot of people have biased views. And these videos here that I'm putting out, I'm trying to be as unbiased as I possibly can. Yes, I'm an investor in cryptocurrency markets. Yes, I believe in Cardano blockchain as the superior layer one. That's my bias, I guess, right? But I'm not trying to push certain applications within the Cardano ecosystem that I don't see having any value. Okay, so MELD protocol. MELD is a borrowing and lending solution. So we're gonna check it out. Your mental wealth, the banking stack for DeFi. MELD is saying that they're going to be the first DeFi non-custodial banking protocol. When you interact with money, cash, fiat currency, you have a bank. Most of us have banks. That money that you have in your bank is custodial, right? They have custody of your money, right? Your money literally is in their vault. So you go to a bank, you can see their vault. They have your money in that vault, and you trust that bank because that's what we've been doing since the beginning of time, or at least since actually out of the Great Depression. You know, the banking industry took off, and we needed to find a way to securely hold people's money in the Federal Reserve. There's so much history behind it. And anyway, now we have banks in the United States and Europe and many countries. There's actually a lot of places in the world that don't have banks, you know, like in Africa, for instance. But you know, if you're in the US listening to this, or Europe, or wherever, the way that we transact and think about our money is through a bank, and we kind of take it for granted that they hold our funds, right? They have custody of our money. And you'll see certain times, if you do something that someone doesn't like, you could have your bank frozen. Or lately you've been seeing a lot of bank runs, or people are kind of running to the bank. So there's a lot of exposure going on right now where maybe the fact that banks have custody of your funds isn't probably the best thing for a human being to live with as a reality as it relates to their financial sovereignty. Okay, you know, bank and MELD here is trying to be a non-custodial banking protocol. They want you to control your funds, but be the solution for you. So you can securely lend and borrow both crypto and fiat currencies with these, and stake your MELD tokens for APY, annual percentage yield. And we're gonna look into it. Now, I took part in MELD's ISPO in the very beginning. And so I have a lot of history and a lot of understanding with the MELD protocol and their application so far. Okay, so I have over 2 years of exposure to the MELD protocol, and we're going to utilize that in this video as we move through. So why MELD? They're trying to give you cash loans, get an instant loan against your cryptocurrency holdings at a competitive APR, or get a credit line and only pay interest on what you use. Okay, you can protect your crypto holdings because most of us that have invested in crypto, if we need to use that money out in the real world, we're going to need to sell our crypto. Maybe right now, if you need to do that, it's at a bear market. It's like the worst time to sell. But if you're pinned and you need money, you can do that, and then you're going to also incur a tax event, so you're going to have to pay more money on your taxes. So a feature of these borrowing and lending services is, well, you can protect your assets, right? Don't let today's small expenses erode your crypto investments, and you can borrow some cash, keep your crypto in there, and just pay slowly back, even just interest, because MELD has something called this genius loan, which is revolutionary, and we're going to see. Or, are they serious here? Really going to be innovative and change the space, or is it another one of these flashy protocols built on Cardano? That's the layer 1. Is a very significant decision, in my opinion, that you decide when you invest in cryptocurrency world, right? There's a lot of scam, there's a lot of fraud, there's a lot of rug pulling, they call it. That normally is the case because of a leaky and weak layer 1. Okay, Cardano, through my 6 years now of analysis, has been a phenomenal, secure layer 1. And so MELD's building on layer 1. So it's okay. I like that. MELD protocol is built on Cardano. It's not perfect, right? But it's the most safe, cost-effective infrastructure as the DeFi world begins to expand. Decentralization, decentralized and trustless. They're going to use smart contracts to ensure complete transparency and fairness for all parties. And just also to mention that MELD just recently released its entire open source code that they built on the Cardano blockchain to kind of silence a lot of these haters out there that have been trying to put out some FUD and negative press against the MELD protocol. So they just released all their documents. Borderless and democratic, these smart contracts, cross borders. Gosh, I think it's over 100 countries now or something like that have recognized MELD as a neobank, which is actually pretty amazing. Let your crypto work for you. Earn yields from our stake pools as well as the rewards MELD token program. Okay, melding crypto and traditional currency. They're trying to onboard fiat currency. Stay long and get cash. Leverage your crypto holdings for cash and credit when you need it. MELD lets you easily borrow fiat against your crypto holdings without having to sell your crypto assets. So you can stay long in your crypto position. Get a loan, keep your keys. So you're going to have custody of your keys this entire time. You're never going to give over your keys to the MELD application in order to get a loan. In the case of FTX, the biggest debacle cryptocurrency markets have ever seen, it was an exchange, but you had to kind of give over your assets to that platform, and many people lost a lot of money doing that. When you have the ability to continue to control your private keys, so you're going to be able to secure interest loans without losing your private keys, that gives you that much more security with your own financial trajectory. Okay, modular money. I'm not going to read every single solitary thing. They are going to be linking up with all different kinds of DEXs and applications. MELD is seeking to be cross-chain also. I guess that's one of the things that has been in contention now, is because they're releasing their first product, their first collaboration, I think is going to be with Avalanche. And so a lot of Cardano enthusiasts are saying, well, why? MELD has a reason for what they're doing, and you're going to be able to make the decision, right? You're going to see, well, do I believe in MELD, or are they trying to just take advantage of the Cardano ecosystem and migrate over here to these other chains or whatever, right? When you get into the deep politics of things, sometimes it becomes messy, right? And I try to stay out of the deep politics of stuff, right? I try to keep myself in the fundamentals, technicals, focus my effort on keeping an eye on the team members, what they're doing, their social media, the Discord, right? So yes, I'm a part of the MELD Discord, checking up on a daily basis on what they have to offer. That's where I'll find some red flags. But I'm not gonna go on Twitter or something like that and hear a bunch of FUD and then just get riled up in some conversation. So they're saying you're going to take out a loan, you're going to get your cash, you're going to earn yield on the crypto, pay back the loan, you're going to earn all the time, right? Sounds too good to be true, maybe, right? See, what's happening with lending and borrowing and decentralized finance is that I think a lot of these guys and gals recognize that the fruit of a lot of the labor can be distributed back to the peers. That's what decentralization is. So it might look like, oh my gosh, you're gonna take a loan, you're gonna get cash, you're gonna earn all the time. The thing is, yeah, the participators, the people who are participating in these applications are going to be the beneficiaries of the rewards. That's what decentralization is. Centralized entities still have a tremendous amount of participators, but they actually are paying for those services as they participate, and the payments go to the centralized entities, the founders, the board, where these entire treasury models are being flipped around on their head in this decentralized world. MELD is seeking to be a pioneer in that revolution also. This is 2021, right? Look, the roadmap they've gone through. 2022, we'll go to Akamon. That might be it, Akamon. And 2023, okay? Q1, MELD DApp testnet launch. They are in the testnet. Cardano lending and borrowing protocol testnet launch. Okay, and that's where they're at here. Bank managers minting and launch. So that is an NFT that you will gain access to be a part of if you were a part of that initial stateful offering, that ISPO. They are going to release the financial and legal technical stack. They want to be listed on a tier 1 exchange, like centralized exchange, like Kraken, Coinbase, Binance. And here are their Q2 objectives. Launch their mainnet. Here are the Cardano lending borrowing audits completed, Avalanche, subnet testnet, and then conditional milestones, MELD finance launch, MELD gold token airdrop. This is probably a utility token that is going to be given out to early participators in the ecosystem, right? And right here, front and center, they have their team, which always makes me feel comfortable. You got Ken Oling, he is the chief astronaut. He's the kind of the leader, the founder, one of the initial founders, and the main spokesperson. Stuart here, this guy, I see him a lot on the MELD AMAs and on their YouTube channel, so you can check them out, right? They constantly have stuff they're pushing and in their Discord, and here is their robust team. You can check them all out, right? So far, doesn't seem like they're trying to hide. Lots of protocols that I've analyzed, they don't even disclose their team, or there's very little to say about each team member, okay? So they don't have big blogs for every single person, but for the main people, they have stuff in detail, okay? So there's their team. Why MELD, how it works, about us, their NFT. Meet the bank managers. In my NFT video, I shared the power of having NFTs as a part of DeFi, the power, and I disclosed a little bit of the MELD NFTs here, the bank manager. It's set to come out. It was supposed to kind of come out already, but it's not here yet, and it will be very soon. Get your bank manager coming soon. So when this becomes available, I will do a video, perhaps in real time. I'll try to do it in real time so you can see me going through this process and see if I can get that bank manager, because I was a part of that SPO. I do a lot of things in between these videos because they're mostly time sensitive. If you want that up-to-date in real-time information, I do have a resource for you to check out on my website, Cryptofluency, where I have a private group where I'll push out notifications in real time to a private group of investor, entrepreneurial type people who want to understand in real time the moves and the positions that I'm deciding upon. It's not financial advice, but it just gives you awareness, a notification, why I'm doing something, when I'm doing something, and the reason. Okay, that you can then make your own decision to do that. So when this comes out though, I will try to do it in real time, but if not, and you're in the private group, you will absolutely get the notification. Frequently asked questions, right? I love frequently asked questions because it's like, you know, it addresses the main questions that you might be desiring. And it's just wonderful to go through, right? And if this is you and it's your first time even understanding MELD, looking into MELD, I always suggest go to their website. I come down here and I choose Discord. I wasn't until last year that I was a part of Discord at all, right? I'm really not big on social media. I don't really do Twitter. I do YouTube here. I don't do Facebook. But because I recognized that Discord was a major aspect of communication in a lot of these cryptocurrency projects that I was considering investing in and hadn't been investing in. So I began to just crack open into Discord, and it's been fantastic. So Discord is where I'll go. You can ask questions right away in real time. And again, if nobody's going to answer you, then it might not be something you want to take some of your hard-earned money and invest in and be a part of or participate in, right? So I always kind of do that. I go through the little every little Discord channel's got their own way of verification. You kind of pass through that verification process and say, hey, how you guys doing? New to the project here. I'm excited about MELD supporting the project, and somebody might come back and say, great, you know, good to have you. And it makes me feel a little better because if I do have a question, when I'm invested and something's not right or the application isn't working and I'm like, what's going on here? And then I do ask a question and nobody gets back, that's not a good feeling. They also have a contact, okay? So that makes me feel good. So I'm sort of leaning towards the fact that this might be a fantastic project because it's got a lot of robust attributes to the website. It's got its team there, and here are the documents. Again, in my videos, you're gonna see me take you to these documents. I can't stress it enough. If a team is putting a tremendous amount of effort into creating these documents, then it's valuable for you as an investor or a speculator to check it out. Okay, you must look at these. Don't overlook this. Take your time, right? Because once you're in, you're in. So take your time. MELD has fantastic documents. I will say, it's another plus. These documents are incredible in my opinion. It's got these fantastic visuals. Okay, it really goes through the explanation of their fiat liquidity lending, the crypto capital, how you can borrow fiat, the MELD vaults, okay, the MELD token. What's the utility? So if you're purchasing some MELD, right, is that token going to have some utility? And it does, okay? How you repay the loan. The documents are great, okay? And this is just the welcome, right? The white paper. You can download the white paper. You just click it there, and here we are in the MELD white paper. It looks pretty impressive to me. It looks really like nicely done, right? It could just be a white piece of paper. It doesn't have to be something like this, but it means to me that these people are trying to put a lot of effort. I think they believe in this, right? They've been working on this for a while. And again, this is 51 pages. We're not gonna go all the way through the white paper here, okay? But you could, okay? And I love the table of contents. What's the summary? The background? What's their market fit model? What are their markets? Who are their clients? Okay, they acknowledge the competitive landscape. They're talking about risk management. That's one of my favorite considerations within my own stuff. Tokenomics, okay, token generation event. So let's go down to page like 48 here. That's something that I feel like is extremely important, and most people don't even know what tokenomics are. So tokenomics. Maybe we'll go up here. Okay, ready? So token generation event, it's called the TGE event. It's when they initially generate their tokens. So the initial tokens are 4 billion. So their tokenomics are 4 billion total supply. The last video I heard with Ken, he talked about that that's like the max supply that will ever be minted. Even when they do cross-chain and these tokens will be available on other blockchains, they're only going to have 4 billion. Now, if that's the case, there could be a whole tremendous amount of upside in the MELD protocol, especially if these tokens are being passed and traded and invested in many different chains here. And so the ISPO, Okay, there was token rewards available. 800 million were distributed for that initial stake pool offering. You can go through these metrics here. When you look at this white paper, it talks about the vesting schedule and then the pie chart. So this is what they do. They have an engineering is actually a massive amount of their 53%. Means they're intending to build a tremendous amount into this protocol. Regulatory, they have marketing, research and development, private investors, the foundation. They're very transparent. This is one thing I recognize with MELD is that they're transparent. It's just that not everybody might agree with the actions they're taking and the timing of their actions. But they're transparent nonetheless, and to me, as an investor, as somebody who wants to consider supporting MELD and participating, I want to know if they're serious. And it doesn't seem to me like MELD is just kind of hanging out trying to be a rug pull. It's like MELD is in it for the long term. You know, they have dev documents. This is a really cool feature. I love that these bug bounty things go on. It's like if you find something wrong in the code and you submit it to them, they give you a bounty. They actually pay you a really good amount. And in some cases, vulnerabilities and all kinds of stuff like that give you 10,000 MELD tokens for minor amounts, right? For high, they're going to give you 150,000 MELD tokens, and critical ones, 500,000 MELD. It's amazing. And then they talk about behavior that they don't tolerate. You can run a MELD node. You could do that, which you probably have to have some developmental experience as a developer, which I'm not. They have a Medium. I read a lot of these articles. They have this dev diary. It's these 33 days. They did one through the Christmas time when they had, so they're doing these diaries. They're coming out with articles after articles after articles. Look at these articles, right? I mean, they're February 13th, 15th, 20th, right? 27th, March 1st, March 6th, March 6th, March 13th, March 20th. March 23rd, 27th, these articles come out every couple days. There's the guy Stewart, right? It doesn't seem to me like they're just kind of messing around here, coming out with like Nothingburger ideas. It seems like they are constantly innovating. They did the 25 days of MELD during the Christmas time, which I just said. Okay, but this kind of thing here bothers some Cardano community members because this is another chain. So they're seeking to go multi-chain, which in one of my previous videos, I talk about the future of blockchain, cryptocurrency is multi-chain. And Cardano, in my opinion, is the leading protocol that allows for interoperability and in their own layer one. And then so any kind of dApp developer like MELD or any Wing Riders or Blue Shift, whatever, they're going to be able to take advantage of this interoperability multi-chain too. And to me, it's positive because MELD is working and being proactive, right? MELD and multi-chain integration. They're integrating with the Kyber network, okay? Riscado, Web3 authorization. These are other partners, okay? The ADA handle, I like it. And there's lots of developments coming soon. These read, look, 5-minute read, 2-minute read, 3-minute read, 2-minute read. And like I said too in my previous videos, I'm not that big of a reader. I'm more of an audio learner. But when you read these, they're very simple. They're very easy to understand. And the value you gain kind of offsets your inability to perhaps want to read, in my opinion. But if you are someone who loves to read stuff, gosh, it's a pleasure. It's a pleasure to read. Okay, so check them out. MELD, right? Where can you buy the Diamond Hands NFT, JPG store? We went through that in our NFT video, right? All their partners, Ava Labs, Vent Finance, Polygon, okay, World Mobile, Akamfi, Card Wallet, Matrix Swap. Okay, you might have heard of some of these, you might not have. Tingo, Sunday Swap, Campay. They are adding new partners all the time. Cornucopias, Wing Riders. So, I mean, look at this. And they have AMAs, which is fantastic. They put out these videos where you can learn and actually ask questions. Okay, so if a project is transparent, to me, I'm like, well, it's a positive. And so they have a lot of partnerships. They're set to release because they have not even hit the main net yet. it provides a fantastic opportunity for an individual like me or you to consider whether or not being a part of this in the infancy stage, which it's still a part of, still in its infancy stage, could be a fantastic opportunity. Let's go to CoinGecko and check out MELD and look at their price, right? MELD token, number 532 on the ranking. Ladies and gentlemen, it's 2 cents. 2 cents right now, right? You be the decider. 2 cents. It has 4 billion total supply. Max supply, total supply, 4 billion right here. Circulating supply is the 1,481,934,719. But remember, 54% of that pie chart that we said is for engineering. So it's a pretty good indicator for me, again, that there could be a lot of potential in this project. Could MELD go to $1 per? I would say absolutely. 2 cents is very early. Okay, they have not hit the scene. Actually, about a month ago, this was a penny, 1 cent. So it actually grew by 50%. And when a project is this small, if it goes to 4 cents, I mean, geez, your investment went up 50%. Now, yeah, it can go down and you have to understand the risks. If it goes to $2, well, geez, that's a massive price increase. And look, we're at the bottom of the bear market right now. And MELD has yet to release itself. It has yet to gain TVL. What's going to happen in a bull market frenzy? What's going to happen? I don't know. We're going to go to DeFi Llama and check out. I'm going to show you what I mean. Okay? MinSwap, they're rolling. They got the 51 million TVL and Indigo, Wing Riders, Jed, Liquid, right? But when you look at MELD, what's it got? Nothing yet. It has not hit the scene. It hasn't hit the scene yet. So to me, there's something in store for this project. Now, we don't include staking. If I include staking, because MELD does have a staking feature, okay, you're going to see MELD pop up into the list. See, right here. So it's got 7,337,000 staked. Okay, people staking. And I did that. I actually went through a 6-month staking vault in their app. Last year, went through it. It was very fantastic. This is how many people are staking right now, but they have yet. See, they don't even, on the default, consider staking as an aspect of the TVL yet, which I don't know, I think it should be. But wait till MELD hits the scene. Could the price increase? Could the utility of what MELD has to offer increase? Could it provide you with a place to lend and borrow? I think it might. And if you've watched my videos in my MinSwap, I'll check out. So the MinSwap Dex is a place where you can totally transact with some MELD. It's the second pool right here. Okay, it's got 12.3 million TVL. So there's, like I said in my last video, everybody that pulls their little bit together, 1,000 here, 500 here, 5,000, whatever, that adds up. There's 12 million ADA worth of ADA value locked up in this pool. So you can come on in here and go ahead and swap for your MELD. And if we go back to farms and we go to, if I get out of staked only, because I'm not in this farm anymore, but I was in the very beginning when it had a much higher APY. So I'll show you that I participated in this one. I participated in this, I provided liquidity, and it harvested me 16,865 min at that time. Wing Riders is where I currently have a position. I'm going to take this dark, make it all dark. So as you can see here in my farms, in the Wing Riders currently, I'm still a part of the ADA MELD pool, right? And it's giving me more of an APY than it has offered there on MinSwap. It's got, there's the farm total, and this is the reward you're going to get from participating in MinSwap. You're going to get these WRTs, and this is like a boost. You know, I check out my video on the decentralized exchanges. I kind of go through that, and yeah, it's got all this information. It's my liquidity, the farm liquidity. These are the epic rewards I'm going to get. This is the rewards I've gained and I participated in since you could. I think this was the very first epic where we were participating in the farming features through wing riders all the way up to current, right? 406 and continuing. Okay, so yeah, if something would have came around to where I felt that MELD wasn't doing a great job, like there were some indications with, for instance, Cardano, okay? When I came under the awareness that the Dana project was becoming insolvent, I quickly moved away, right away. Now, if that would have happened with MELD, then I would have made that same move, but because of their continuous contributions, their pieces, their written pieces, their updates to their documents, okay, to the AMAs and the collaborative videos that continue to come out, plus the release of the testnets and the NFTs, their roadmap, nothing has came into my imagination or sparked anything inside of me that felt like this project was on the wrong path. Okay, so you're gonna have to make up your own decision, what you feel about MELD. I think that this has a tremendous amount of utility. I think that there's going to be a lot of exuberance with MELD. They're doing a wonderful job building a community, at the same time integrating and trying to be forward thinking in the multi-chain aspect of growth, okay, which some people, they might be a little one way or the other about that, and especially if they're going to try to, they're going to come out with like a Avalanche or an Algorand or something partnership first. To me, I think that they know what they're doing the best, and it's not up to me to decide. I'm not a part of that team, but I do think that has a lot of value, and for that reason, I think that I'm going to continue to stay participating into the MELD protocol. And when their DEX does, or their lending and borrowing application does become live, I will take you real time through that process, as I, like everybody else in the very beginning, on day one perhaps, start integrating and being a participator. Okay, so you can see in real time the features and how it will work, especially if you're newer to this space. So I've been, like I said, a part of the MELD participating group since the very beginning. I have no affiliation with MELD. I'm not an ambassador for MELD. I'm just a simple researcher of fundamentals on my own. And MELD has continuously come up as being something of value, and I will continue to do so in that protocol. And like I said, if you want my real-time push notifications, you can check that out in the website description below and easily sign up for that, so that you don't have to wait for these videos in real time. You can get the moves that I'm making so that you can see, oh God, well, why is he doing that? What's the reason? A lot of this stuff is time sensitive. These epics are broken down into aspects of time, and if you can participate inside of the launch of something at the beginning of a certain epic, it qualifies you via a snapshot. You get like snapshotted in, and then it qualifies you later on for a potential NFT that you could validate and maybe get airdropped or mint through the wallet that you are connected with. Okay, so that's why I have the videos about putting out a wallet, and there's a lot of use cases to kind of get yourself set up with a couple wallets like a Nami or Lace or Giro, or Daedalus wallet. There's several wallets that you can set up now, so that in the real time, when you do need to make a move or you do need to participate in something and connect your wallet, that you don't have to go through that process. That's already done. You can kind of do that now during the lag time. Okay, so I hope you got some value out of this position, right? I feel like MELD has a bright future ahead of it, a mega future ahead of it. I don't think that MELD is a rug pull, that is a Nothingburger. I think that the team is continually advancing their metrics and compounding their growth, and they're doing a lot of things that I don't see some of these other DeFi applications doing, right? And when you look at a lot of what's been built on the Ethereum side of things, I think MELD has a lot more to offer. And some of the other competitors, you could call them, to the MELD protocol have not done the correct trajectory and actually became insolvent in their own right. Okay, so I think MELD has a little bit of space cleared in front of it where they're going to take the baton, and who knows what the potential outcome can be. But it's early, you're early. And this is another reason why I'm compelled to do these videos, even though they're sort of uncomfortable for me to make, is that I want you to understand that right now, the DEX isn't even launched yet, right? I mean, when you look at MinSwap and you look at Wing Riders and some of these others, yeah, they've launched, they've been out for a year. But MELD is yet to release itself. So right now you can educate, you can read their documents, read their white papers, look at their Medium articles, subscribe to their YouTube channel, join their Discord. And so you will have a wealth of knowledge about this protocol that is in its infancy. It's 2 cents per token, okay? With a 4 billion total supply. So yeah, I think that the potential of MELD to go to $1 is very real, okay? But that's not financial advice. That's just a fledgling opinion by none other than me. And who knows, right? It could go down to half of a penny, right? So do your research, okay? Stay strong. We'll see you in the next video.